breaking every show. Mysteries rise and truth unfolding. Ready, set, it's time to go. We say it's time to go. Whistling clues, battering news, mixing stories, solving the lies. In this kitchen, secrets are broken. With a spark in our eyes. In the broken baker's kitchen, the secrets crumble like stone lights. We'll sift the clues to find the news. With a spark in our eyes. The broken rise. Broken rise. Welcome to the broken baker. Get ready. Let's go.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing?
The most important people in this case that everybody seems to have forgotten in this room is the jury. So we're going to take a 15-minute break and both sides take a pregnant pause and think about the jury.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We got an early start to court, so we are a little behind. The intro will be short. Today will be day 6, day 5. I can't figure out what day we're on. I'm on day 5, they are on day 6.
Well, I put 6 because I counted the first day when they said we were going to start, opening statements, and then they went to forever and 27,000 days.
Yeah, it didn't really work out. And thank you, you all, for being back here today. And we will get going with probably, I don't know how much they're going to talk about jury instructions. They were supposed to start at 8:30. They did do that.
Kept Strong, half the state. William J. for the state. James Owens for Sarah Boone. Tony Henderson for President. Kevin Becker for Sarah Boone.
Ms. Goldberg, you have me to be sworn, please. Please swear or affirm that the testimony you give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Ma'am, good morning. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the record for me?
Sarah Boone, 10-10-7-7.
Ms. Boone is seated at council's table wearing a light gray suit and a white blouse. She is in custody, however, will not be wearing any restraints. As such, we will continue to stand when our jury enters and exits. We're here for a charging conference. The court has reviewed, I believe, both parties' red lines as to the jury instructions, including, I believe, that was submitted last night, the defense's red line as to the jury instructions that were provided by the court. Let's try to get as much done as we can until our jury arrives. I believe what we had discussed yesterday was starting at the beginning and moving through as quickly as possible until we get to the real meat of some of the issues in the 3.6F and the 3.6G instructions. Mr. J?
May I remain seated during the charge conference?
Yes, sir, you may. Thank you. All right. I have in my hand a 34-page document that was emailed to the court last night by counsel for the defense at 12:06 a.m. from Lauren Henderson. That's what the court's going to be relying on. Does everyone have that in front of them?
Yes, sir.
Defense.
Oh, it just felt so natural, and I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and beautiful and smart. So I forgot Mo were giving me wig instructions because tonight, as you all know, should know, do know, the expert will have his yearly. This is the 3rd annual. God dang it. How can you wear this shit? Halloween stream. And I was trying out parts of my outfit because I couldn't fit in a suitcase. So I have chosen to wear a different outfit, but you'll have to turn into the expert stream tonight. It starts at 8, I believe. I will be on later, dressed up as something that's not a suitcase. An Iron Rabbit.
Oh,
Thank you for being a
darn.
member for a year.
I thought you looked beautiful, Baker. You should do things that make you feel beautiful more often.
Yeah, I feel like society is holding me down.
It really is. Wigs for everyone,
Yeah,
except they're really, really hot sometimes, and if and
and
tight if you have a giant head.
they are really, really not nice to have on when it's just that synthetic thing across your face.
Yes.
Tim, thank you. We'll have that'll be a topic for Jamie's next special. Beauty on a budget. Be what you want to be. Where we will discuss all the things you can change about yourself. We will go to details. Jamie is right now, that's why she's not here today. She's studying on all the newest talking techniques, just so all you guys out there can feel, man, I feel like a woman.
Tucking techniques. Oh dear goodness. Okay, well, yeah, that's I think Jamie would rather be taking seals at this point.
When Jamie finally gets time to get back on the stream, she'll just sit there and stare at me until I feel very uncomfortable. Oh, I have the wrong background on as well. Everything's working today.
Ooh.
Well, enough promoting the experts. Friday Night Live Halloween special tonight at 8 a.m. And you all should join us. Thank you, Iron Rabbit. You're a liar, but I like
Okay,
you.
all right, let's start on page 1 of 34, 3.1, Introduction to Final Instructions. Any objection to the form of this instruction state?
Now I'm confused. I don't know that I have a 34-page document from them last night. There was an attachment. There was an email at 12:06.
Hang on, let me make sure.
Oh, the defense didn't send over the email.
8.9 culpable negatives.
Hi, Kelly.
Give me a moment. Then it was what was sent at 11:31 yesterday.
That 34-page document I have.
Okay.
No, 31. I don't know if it's 34. It says 31 to me.
Well, Trial TV is a great channel, and yesterday they were so nice, came in here to start with. But I think a lot of us grifters should be more sharing and caring, because all of us do the same stuff and like the same audience, and why not help a brother out or sister, or are they them?
Well, yeah, and also it kind of having another source to go through for camera for things like that. You get more what we don't get to see, and they did a really good job on voir dire. It really was kind of amazing. I know Baker thinks it's boring, but sometimes you get like this one guy who works in I make, customized chainmail in my basement, and you're like, interesting. Thank you so much, Becca. So I do love that we're getting more organic sources, so we don't have to go to Lawn Crim and Ken doll in a sweatshirt. Hi, welcome to Core TV.
Yeah. Did you know your 401k is in danger? But if you use Birch Gold, you too can inflation-proof your investments. Not sponsored by Birch Gold, but I am a grifter, so call me up and I'll put Marissa Bright on it. And by the way, if you maybe noticed on my community wall yesterday, I shared a link to Crime and Coffee, because she was rewatching the videos, and I kind of feel sorry for her that I did, because she has had her own history with DV, and she was very, very it was a hard stream for her. But I hope if you went over there, I saw Valhalla over there, you gave her a lot of love, because she's been through a lot, and her perpetrator is getting out of prison in not a too long of a time, and she's not too happy about that. Let's just say that. But if any of you went over there to support her as well, thank you so much. It means the world to us that you believe in us enough that you'll check out the channels we recommend. And thank you to all the channels that recommend us.
Yes. And, so I was I wanted to, once I kind of decompressed yesterday, I wanted to go and look at what the general sort of thing or kind of zeitgeist was, uh, you know, and how people were feeling after those videos. And yeah, people were having a really rough time. And I am glad that, for the most part, we can definitely step in and just give some encouraging words and things like that, because yesterday was really rough for a lot of people, whether you have experience in this or you're just a genuine human with empathy and you see these. So it was kind of interesting to see because, even channels in the morning that were like, oh, this is a great, these are legal tactics. It was a definite tonal change once those videos came out.
Yeah, those videos, I think he really regrets opening the doors to prior bad acts. And Holly Mac, take the breaks you need. Remember,
Yeah.
you don't have to sit here and watch it. We will watch it for you. We'll do the short recap videos. If this triggers anything, please think about yourself before you think about anyone else. We have a really good community. Most of the people are nice, and Zach stops by now and again. But so again, please think of yourself. In the Discord as well, we have a great community. I don't know if anyone can get anything from maybe communicating stuff like this. But if people are willing to listen, sometimes that's what we need in situations like this.
I have it as 34.
Becca, I unsubscribed from 2 channels yesterday because of they directly attacked people for, and again, I don't say everyone here has to agree Sarah's guilty, but they say if you don't see it, you are just as bad as men who DV women out there. Who are you to judge? Who are you to judge what happened in my life, Mo's life, Becca's life? Just because we get these pedestals that we build up with the help of all of you wonderful viewers, how can I be the moral judge of your life? Just because I feel a certain way, you have to do it too. So I immediately thumbs up from 2 where I felt that was the message they sent. We can have a discussion about is it right? Nah, I don't think that. I think she could have been in a state of shock and she could have been PTSD. But going that far to say, then you are supporting DV, you are one of those men. I hate that some people are too blind because there's a massive male underreporting problem out there. There's no resources. We just had, last year, we had a big debate in Denmark. We have these called women homes or women's centers, you probably call them. And one party raised and said, hey, can we do some for men? Oh, we couldn't find the funding for that part.
Yeah, I think we can all disagree. I think it's when, you start bringing more moral calculus into it and assuming that anyone that doesn't agree with you or doesn't see the case the same way is lacking somehow in morals. I don't think people are lacking in morals if they don't see. One of my, big things is I can often see the argument from both sides. And the defense played the argument that they had, you know,
Yeah, I
and
agree
that's what they did.
with Dave. The self-defense angle, even though it's more, it's legally flawed. With a defendant like Boone, what else could they do? But
you're playing a dangerous game because it will come off as disingenuous once all the information comes out. And I am kind of wondering now, because Owens was so heck bent on getting the state's witness to disregard the text messages, how bad are those text messages going to be?
Yeah.
Because he's like, they're not at all relevant.
Helena, yesterday was the nail in the coffin. We saw some very triggering videos for anyone who has ever been in an abusive relationship. I think they felt transported back in time after watching these videos. The nail in the coffin. I agree with one Blizzard. Yes, we still have the text messages.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Can I have Ms. Henderson explain how she sent the document?
Fine by me.
Dave, the video was played by the state. All videos were played by the state yesterday in rebuttal.
The document you had sent to us yesterday morning, and then last night we approached, and I had asked if that format was okay for you. And I believe Mr. J had said, could the defense send separate 3.6, 3.F, so it'd be easy to incorporate in your final instruction.
And that's what was sent at 12:05 last night. All right.
Just for more convenience for you.
Understood. Okay. But the balance of the instructions, because that just addresses those. What you just advised only speaks to the 3.6, 3.6G instructions.
And F and culpable negligence.
Correct. Okay. All right. So I'm talking about the balance of the instructions that may or may not be at issue.
Yes, sir. That was the balance of instructions that are not at issue. Those are what was 11:30.
Okay. All right.
My confusion is the court has indicated they have a 34-page document.
Yes, sir.
I have a 31-page document that was emailed to us by Ms. Henderson at 11:32 in the morning.
Are you looking at October 24 at 11:31 a.m.? Subject, defense proposed jury instructions in red line format?
I'm sorry.
No worries. I'm looking at the email correspondence of October 24, 2024, 11:31 a.m. Subject, defense proposed jury instructions in red line format. Is it possible that you don't have your track or track changes are off, and maybe that's why? That's the difference.
Where the track changes.
In Word, under review, or I can just have Madam Clerk print out 2 more copies. And we can just work our way through that.
Good track changes for everyone is still in 31 pages.
Okay. I just forwarded to Madam Clerk. I'm going to have her print out 2 copies. That way we've got hard copies. We seem to be all on the same page.
Can we say big ups for Brows of Justice for respecting the jury's time and having them come in early?
Which includes
and try to hammer
with regard to
through
the
this.
instructions, we'll start page 134. Instruction 3.1, introduction to final instructions. Any objection to the form of this instruction, State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Moving to page 2 of 34, instruction 3.2, statement of the charge. State?
No objection.
Defense?
No objection.
Moving to page 3 of 34, 7.1, introduction to homicide. Those 3 paragraphs, any objection?
No objection to the state.
No objection.
Moving to the next portion, justifiable homicide in the singular paragraph. Any objection, State?
No, at 8:30 I was going down for my pre-stream nap, so I didn't watch Court TV. I knew they were having Jorge's family on. I bet a lot of people probably watched it, and we can hear how it went.
No objection.
Defense?
No objection.
If we don't run into any troubles, 1:30 should be closing arguments.
Moving to excusable homicide and the 4 paragraphs, including paragraphs numbered 1, 2, and 3. State?
No objection. I have no objection to anything I submitted to the court.
Okay, thank you. Defense?
No objection.
Moving to page 434, 7.4, second degree murder instruction. Defense, any objection to the form of the instruction?
No objection.
And also the removal of the lesser included chart on page 5 of 34, correct?
Correct.
Moving to page 6 of 34, instruction 3.4, when there are lesser included crimes or attempts. My only question is, if I understand from the defense, they're looking to see culpable negligence is a lesser included.
Yes, Your Honor.
Would that not need to be included here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so is the only addition to this, the balance of the 3.4 instruction would be correct with the exception of the last sentence, which would read the lesser crimes.
No, I plan on getting big and getting a house in the US and a few things I can't mention, but that happens to law tubers when they get a certain size.
Plural indicated in the definition of second degree murder is manslaughter and followed by culpable negligence.
Yes, so it should go to R. Yes.
State.
State objects, there's no evidence to support a misdemeanor culpable negligence lesser included offense for a category 2 lesser to be included in the jury instructions. Both must be supported by the charging instrument as well as the evidence in the case. There's no evidence in this case that he only suffered culpable negligence. The crime for culpable negligence with death is manslaughter.
You get used to it, Russian, when you stream these long hours. So I go down and try and get 45 minutes before, because yesterday I got to bed at 1 a.m.
Culpable negligence is
It's jury instructions. They have to read all of this.
in a category 1 lesser of manslaughter is a category 2 lesser, which includes by inference, there must be some evidence that her culpable negligence did not result in death.
What's your response to that?
Judge, the instruction that we're asking for is 8.9. It reads to prove the crime of culpable negligence. The state must prove the following 2 elements beyond a reasonable doubt. 1, Sarah Boone exposed George Torres Jr. to personal injury. And 2, she did so through culpable negligence. As to the fact that there is evidence of culpable negligence.
I have captions on, as you can see, but it depends on if the system picks up what they're talking about. And as you can hear, I also have the audio boost on, but as they're sitting at the table, no audio really is getting through.
As to the case, and the fact that Ms. Boone, while Mr. Torres is still in the suitcase, goes upstairs. As to it being charged, it's a category 2 lesser included that's available to the defense. The defense can get category 2 lesser included offenses as long as there's evidence to support the category 2, and there's evidence in this case to support the category 2 lesser included.
And any other further argument, Mr. J?
No.
Okay, all right. At this point in time, the court is inclined to include the culpable negligence as a lesser included. We'll get to the instruction momentarily.
I have big kids, so that's I'm at the age 27 years old where my kids is probably around well, my youngest is a year younger than I was when I had her, so I don't have well, I do have the trouble when she calls me and have to talk always at my nap time.
Any other revisions to the 3.4 instruction, defense?
No, Your Honor.
Moving now to 7.7 manslaughter, there are some objections. The defense is now objecting to paragraph 2C. The death of George Torres was caused by the culpable negligence.
He will return to pages 41, 42, 43.
Yes, he
Of
will.
Sarah Boone. So how can you ask for a culpable negligence instruction and then object to 2C in the manslaughter instruction? I'm logically having trouble understanding that.
And this is my argument, because I'm not arguing that there isn't evidence of it, because I just said there's evidence of culpable negligence. The difference is, and I think the burden is different from the state, because it's not alleged in their information.
Does not the instruction say give 2A, 2B, and or 2C depending upon allegations and proof?
Yes, the allegations will be the information.
Okay. Any response, Mr. J?
Judge, it's a category 1 lesser. All the theories are included in that. The language does not need to be included in the charging instrument. And quite frankly, it's not inconsistent with the language in the charging instrument. She's accused of having a depraved mind when killing him, and what the evidence has also shown is that she was heavily intoxicated when she made this decision. That supports the conclusion for a charge of fact to reach that this was out of culpable negligence, and if they reject our argument that it was done knowingly and on hatred, ill will, spite, etc.
Any other argument, sir?
No other argument.
At this point in time, the court is going to overrule the defense's objection as to the objection to 2C in the manslaughter instruction, including the final two paragraphs of what the definition of culpable negligence is on the bottom of page 7 of 34. It seems like it's stipulated between the parties that 2B, Sarah Boone intentionally procured an act that caused the death of George Boone, should be George Torres, is not applicable. Is that correct, State? Is that correct, defense? Okay, thank you. And also, since 2B is not applicable, the to procure definition will not be provided. Any other questions regarding the 7.7 instruction?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor.
No objection to what they suggest is the definition of culpable negligence.
With regard to the
Second lesser?
The second lesser? Yeah, thank you.
No objection to that proposed instruction.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. What is the instruction number for the culpable negligence instruction? I think it's 8.9, isn't it?
8.9.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving now to page 1034, 3.6D, voluntary intoxication. Does this now need to address culpable negligence? Or is that only?
No, yeah, we would request to add it to culpable negligence since it's going to be given. So it should read second degree murder, comma, manslaughter, comma, or culpable negligence.
You're talking in the last sentence, correct? Voluntary intoxication is not a defense to second degree murder, manslaughter, or culpable negligence.
Yes,
correct?
Your Honor.
Thank you. Any objection, defense?
I agree with that.
Thank you. Do we want to take an attempt to address the 3.6F?
I would suggest we do that later and see if we can get not 3.6.
At this time, we're just going to make a note that we're going to bypass the 3.6F instruction and 3.6G instruction. That'll take us all the way to page 23 of 34, instruction 3.7, plea of not guilty, reasonable doubt, and burden of proof. Any objection to the form of this instruction, defense?
Good luck, Gundian, and stay safe.
No objection.
Moving now to page 24 of 34, weighing the evidence, 3.9 instruction.
Should we go to 3.7, be not guilty?
Did I skip it?
Yes, sir, page 23 to 34.
I'm sorry, I thought that's what we just covered, Mr. J. I apologize.
Oh, I didn't. I was just making.
Yeah, I know there's she got a CPS warning because she had her son in it, which I, sorry to say, think is a little too much kitten state for my liking. Your kids can hide in. Haven't we all seen that video about the guy who says he's leaving and his daughter hides in the back to go with him? We all smile and say that's fun. Putting a young kid in the size of the suitcase I have, to me, unless they shake them around and bang them with a baseball bat, it's just playing. It's way different.
Yeah. I mean, my youngest, most feral was like, wait, they hid in a suitcase? We have suitcases everywhere. And I was like, no. He's like, but that is the greatest idea. But she's dumb and she doesn't know how to play hide and seek. I hope someone learns her that. A direct quote from my son.
Well, one of them don't. But
Yeah.
But I think that CPS crap, you shouldn't get in trouble for playing with your son. As long as you don't shake the suitcase around or put him in there as a timeout. If it's just a, Mom, I want to go in the suitcase. Yeah, fine. And as long as
any
you're not...
parent knows, like, you get a big appliance or something, what is the first thing the kids always want? The box.
Oh, she was punishing. She was punishing. Yeah, then it's okay.
Oh,
If she's saying you're staying in the box for 15 minutes to think about what you did, young man, fine. CPS, get at her, say, that's not how you raise your kids. Even though the state, even though I love my state, probably shouldn't be as involved in... We always hear that they should stay out of women's uteruses, but apparently the second everything leaves the uterus, it's for the state to meddle with.
making
Well,
sure,
state
that we're
is
doing
funny
this
like
right.
that.
Yeah, it's funny.
Maybe before the defense may start scrolling, but no objection to 3.7.
Okay, thank you. Moving now to page 24 of 34, 3.9, weighing the evidence. Looks like give as applicable paragraphs 6, 7, 9, and 10 have been struck. Is that acceptable? State.
Yes, Your Honor, I agree that 8, the inconsistent statement instruction should get bumped up to 6.
Agreed.
And the remainder should not be read.
With those revisions, is that instruction 3.9 acceptable to the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Moving now to page 25 of 34, the latter portion of the 3.9 instruction. Any objection to the language contained on this page? State.
No, sir.
Defense.
No, Your Honor.
I'm just telling from Holland.
Moving now, the 3.9A instruction was struck by virtue of Ms. Boone testifying in this matter, so that need not be addressed. The 3.9B defendant's statement instruction also included the requested language by the state. Is there any objection to the form of this instruction at this time? Defense.
Yeah.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Boone.
Good, not shaken. That's
Earlier this week, and I can't recall if it was yesterday or the day before, the state had filed a motion seeking to add additional language to this instruction. And I had read that language to you at that time. Do you want me to read it again to you this morning?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to read you the entire 3.9B instruction. 3.9B defendant statements reads, a statement claimed to have been made by the defendant outside of court has been placed before you. Such a statement should always be considered with caution and be weighed with great care to make certain it was freely and voluntarily made. Therefore, you must determine from the evidence that the defendant's alleged statement was knowingly, voluntarily, and freely made. In making this determination, you should consider the total circumstances, including, but not limited to, 1, whether, when the defendant made the statement,
Oh God,
she had been
more
threatened
posters,
in order to get her
Owens.
to make it, and 2, whether anyone had promised her anything in order to get him to make it. That should be revised to the feminine. Any objection?
Peter.
Mayor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
That is the form instruction created by the Florida Supreme Court, ma'am. What has been added is the next paragraph, which reads, law enforcement is not legally required to ask a suspect whether he or she wants to talk to law.
Because lawyers are involved. We don't have them. The only instructions I have is it proven what's in the charging document? When that's done, he will read me the law saying, assault has to have these 5 elements to be proven. Is that assault? Yeah. Okay. And then we go into charging and or into sentencing, saying he slapped him twice in the head and kicked him in the stomach. That'll roughly, the president is 60 days in prison. This guy, no priors. He was provoked. What do we think? What about 40? I like 50. Okay, we'll settle at 45. That's how we do it. We don't have hour-long closings. We don't have all of this gobbledygook about reading to the jurors that you must understand that only you are the ones who can understand what the law is, and you only. We just get a charging document, follow along as the trial goes, and say, did they prove charge 1? Did they prove charge 2? Did they prove charge 3? And after we figure out, are they guilty, we go to the sentencing phase. And they will read us the law, straight as the law is in the book. And I think that's way more unbiased than all of this, I want this word in, I want that word in, because all of it just confuses the jury. Read them. What is second-degree murder in Florida? It's defined as. You just read the law, then you send them back and say, ciao. With us, we also have the judge. So he can say, well, there is lesser included if you think she's guilty, but not to the level of second-degree manslaughter, second-degree murder. That's manslaughter. It has these elements. They don't give us all the outs beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, even for like a 3-hour case, I think we had 17 pages of jury instructions when I did jury duty. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And then everyone went back to the room and looked at me like, what does that mean? I was like, dang it.
And someone said we needed a poll because of Sue. I don't know. I don't know what Sue. Someone's talked about a poll. We always do a poll, but I don't know what.
Enforcement after Miranda warnings are read to a suspect. This is, however, one of the factors you may consider whether the defendant's statements were voluntarily made. Similar to other conversations we've had this past week, ma'am, I don't want to know about specifics of any.
Thank you, Tess, for becoming a new member. Member to the Creepy Guys channel, where we have muffin tops and trolls. I love that. You're a creepy guy. I know. The name was Mom of Two Beautiful Girls. It could be my ex-wife because I have two beautiful girls.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
We've cracked the case.
Thank you for the kids. The rest of it, nah, not so much.
Conversations that you had with you and your attorneys, just simply whether or not those conversations have been had. Did you and your lawyers discuss the proposed language that I just read to you?
Yes.
Do you have any questions with regard to that proposed language?
No.
Are you in agreement with this additional language being added to this defense?
Yes.
All right, thank you, or to this instruction rather. Thank you. The last sentence read, if you conclude the defendant's out-of-court statement, was not freely and voluntarily made, you should disregard it. Any other clarifications to that instruction statement?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Defense.
Judge, and looking at it, it says in the final court, consider whether the defendant's statements, can we replace and put whether Sarah Boone's statements?
Where are we specifically, sir?
In the state special that I have no objection to, it says, this is however one of the factors you may consider whether the defendant's statements, if we could have Sarah Boone's statements, were voluntarily made.
The language used all throughout the instruction is the defendant.
Yeah, I tend to agree with the state on that.
Okay.
Rule 3.10, I'm sorry, instruction 3.10, rules for deliberation, page 28 of 34. Looks like the parties agree that paragraph 7 is not applicable.
Yes, sir. I agree.
That would change paragraph 8 to 7. Any other revisions to 3.10? Defense. Moving to 3.11, cautionary instruction. Defense.
No objection.
That's the wrong one. Thank you so much, Iron Rabbit, for gifting 5 broken memberships to MBM Esquire, Obliviana, Pamela Chair, and Snap Sharon, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Okidid Catalea. Welcome to the channel. Please join the Discord. The rest of you can join it too. It's just the members have the link in the membership description on the YouTubes. The rest of you have to reach out to either Jemima or Marissa. And Kimberly Heels became a member, and Tush, who just became a member, have been a member for 2 months and says, my new favorite place faux show, as the kids say.
Good deal.
The court then interlineated on page 30, the 2.7 closing argument form instruction. Any objection to that instruction, state?
No.
Defense.
No, Your Honor.
Moving now to 3.12 verdict instruction, page 31 of 34, state?
Okay.
Defense.
No objection.
Moving now to 32 of 34, instruction 3.13, submitting case to jury. The only other question I have for the parties is with regard to, I believe it was Exhibit A, the suitcase. Are we going to send that back, or is that going to be viewable upon writing similar to the baseball bat?
No reason that I can't say that.
Okay, agreed?
Agree.
Okay, all right. Is this instruction acceptable to the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. And then moving to, that concludes the, except for the 3.6F and 3.6G instruction, that includes the verdict or the instructions. I'll have Anita clean that up and send it to the parties so that we have a cleaner red line to work with. The only other question that I think we can address this morning is the verdict form. I received the defense's verdict form And it looks like manslaughter is no longer being sought in the verdict form. Manslaughter was struck out and it was just culpable negligence.
Under the defense's part, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we want to address the verdict form then? Because if we're giving instructions on manslaughter, certainly needs to be included in the verdict form.
I think you have to be a little weird to be a lawyer.
Yeah. I will say I am a little weird because I like to see them kind of argue their point and figure out who's going to win. It's like a chess match, even though I don't know how to play chess. I do know how to play checkers, though. And the only way you win that is by not moving your back row.
Don't move your back, Mo, is what I heard.
Pretty much.
I understand.
We don't
yes,
allow
but the
dancing
defense
here.
isn't requesting manslaughter, but if it's instructed, it has to be in the verdict.
So the verdict form would read, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the second degree as charged in the information. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of the lesser included offense of manslaughter. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of the lesser included offense of culpable negligence. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty. Is that acceptable to the state?
Yes, sir.
Is that acceptable to the defense?
Yes,
All right. Similarly, I'll have Ms. Barrios make those revisions and
Well, if it's the right place in the groin, you can have it at the same time.
submit them to the parties as soon as possible. Anything else, state, we need to address before? Bruce, do we have everybody as of this time? Everybody's here? Thank you, sir. Other than the 3.6 instructions and the state's request for other instructions, which I think we'll have to table for now,
Yes, sir.
are we prepared to go ahead and bring in our jury at this time?
Only thing I wanted to bring to the court and the defendant's intention was apparently yesterday at lunch there was some sort of domestic violence event out in the quad. A coworker indicated that without believing it was any particular jurors in this case, that he did see people with juror badges in and out the area. So I don't know if that warrants inquiry by anybody.
Defense?
There was a DV incident in the court of the courthouse. Fellas,
Florida
ladies,
man.
if you are gonna train for the next Pacquiao fight, don't do it in a courthouse. And don't do
Yeah.
it with your spouse.
Good Lord.
No, Doris, she seems subdued.
I think it should be mentioned.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Just to see.
Sure.
We spent all this time, we've got a bunch of offense. Was utilizing, but I do have an issue.
Yes, what do we got?
I think the state attorney, the last piece of evidence is they extracted from Sarah Boone's home a bunch of pages of text messages. And I believe their intent is to introduce all of those text messages, which are quite a few, but I think they want to read specifically out a few to the jury. My only concern is I don't know which ones they're going to read out. And under the rule of completeness, if there's a thread where it needs to be put in context, we would ask that all of that be read. So I don't know exactly what they're doing.
Mr. J, any response?
It's going back with them, just like I told them during some of the body worn cameras. Only some of it's published, it's all going to be there for them to use. I do not intend on reading all 108 pages. I don't intend on trying to delineate what contextually was one conversation from the other. I think it's just fair to say this is all going back with you. You're going to have a scrub laptop. You're going to do a review of all.
Okay. Mr. Owens, you can make any objections you deem necessary at the time, and we'll address it. Because it's just hard for me to say what should or should not be. I understand the state's position, but if it's something that's you believe in the rule of completeness should be provided at that time, regardless of it going back, we'll address it.
It's going to be about 40 minutes worth of reading text messages. Are we going to have some people come in to read the messages?
Again, I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I did not practice reading what I'm going to be reading in the mirror. Number two, no, I don't understand why a witness would be called. It's in evidence. The lawyers cannot publish them.
Anything further, Mr. Owens? Okay, all right.
On that issue, I would like to take like 5 minutes to use the bathroom.
Sure, we can do that. Okay, so I don't want to highlight that it was a domestic violence event. So are the parties, is it acceptable to the parties to inquire of if anyone heard or participated, got any information, or observed anything of the event that transpired yesterday afternoon in the courtyard? Is that acceptable?
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't suggest what.
Agreed. Okay, got a thumbs up from Mr. Owens. All right, we'll take a 10-minute.
Owens is having nervous.
Record case number 2020 CF.
We are so far behind, and we're almost on time anyway. Yeah, he had the same squeaky bum I had in the start of the week. Well, that was a leaky bum. Right now, it's just a squeaky bum because
2603, State of Florida versus Sarah Boone. Let me get appearances for counsel, starting with counsel for the state.
Dave Castro on behalf of the state.
William J. for the state. James Owens for Sarah Boone.
Tony Henderson for Sarah Boone.
Ms. Boone is still seated at counsel's table. Are we ready to go ahead and...
Can I say one thing without being called a misogynist? I had some complaints over the way the paralegal was dressing. Notice this law student back here. Just as pretty, just as easy to look at, but very modestly clad, and still, she's not frumpy, she's not, because you can dress and look beautiful without showing skin. And I'm not
Yes.
saying burqas for everyone, but I'm just saying, in a professional setting, that much cleavage to me is you dress
Well,
for the treatment you want also.
yeah, and then you're dressing for people to notice you and notice your assets, but if they notice you, then that's, all the bad, things.
Yeah. Fundian, good luck with it. It's a very great program. Take your time. You will soon figure out that you get a lot of motion back in your body. I really love the program. I'm just sad I don't have a DVD player so I can play my disc, because it's a great program. Sadly, they don't sell it only digital. So it's
Dang it, I might have to look into that.
it's an old wrestler who made it's a mixture of yoga and stretching. It's just not so feel God touch your innards. Go down.
Oh, okay.
We are more like superstar and stuff like that. It's for, a little more for men. Back in the day, it's not your mom's yoga was the tagline.
Ooh.
Then he branched
Well,
out, made a web app, and great program. I used it to get back into to a gym because I was so locked up. Did those videos, and they will kick your ass. You don't use anything other than slow moving, where you have to tense up your muscles. Great elevated heart rate, everything, and you're not. I actually think it would be good for you with your mobility issues. They have chair exercises, bed exercises.
I wrote it on my handy dandy, Steve's from Blue's Clues notebook.
Go look up DDPY transformations, and he have done wonders with some people.
I'm just gonna have to make sure I put the 2 Ds
Yes.
in there. Otherwise, I'm gonna probably get some different transformations.
Yeah.
Bring in our jury at this time. State.
Yes, sir.
Defense.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's stand and bring in our jury. Except for juror number 2 in the first row. All right, members of the jury, I'm going to send everyone out except for juror number 2 in the first row. We've got a couple follow.
Okay, so they saw something. Let's see what he asked them.
Ah.
Sorry.
Hopefully, it wasn't the one who's been
State, do you recognize our jury?
victim.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you recognize our jury?
Yes.
All right, members of the jury, you can be
That's my
seated.
husband. That's that.
Members of the jury, good morning. Welcome back to 12 Alpha of the Orange County Courthouse. Just again, if you could raise those hands, confirm you complied with the court's instructions. All right, all hands have been raised. Thank you very much. Members of the jury, before the state continues with their evidence presentation today, I just have a couple of questions to go over with you. Yesterday, there was an event in the courtyard of the Orange County Courthouse. Did anyone happen to observe that event? If you did, please raise your hands at this time.
What do you mean by observe?
We'll get to it.
Okay.
Okay. Did anyone happen to hear anything during that event? All right, record reflects no hands have been raised. Did anyone see anything during that event? All right, juror number 2, first row. Thank you, ma'am. Did anyone participate in that event? Record reflect no hands have been raised. Did anyone receive any writings or review any material from that event? Record reflect no one has raised their hands. Can the parties approach for a moment?
This video I put in chat now, that's the one that got me started on doing DDP yoga. Just for everyone, if you maybe are a little scared of starting something, this is a very good way to see. No, it's not too late.
Why does her hair always look like she does not have access to a comb?
Yeah, why does she has that swoosh over? It looks like she's sitting at the car window with the head backwards out the window.
Well, I mean, she looks like she takes a lot of time with this particular front part, but then it's like, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll just sleep on the pillow.
All right, members of the jury, I'm going to send everyone out except for juror number 2 in the first row. We've got a couple follow-up questions for you individually, ma'am. Same instruction I've given y'all previously. Please don't conduct any independent investigation or research as the person, places, things, or charge it involved, and don't have any discussions among yourselves or anyone else. We'll bring you back in as promptly as possible. Thank you.
Hey, Brandon. What are you baking today?
Let me see. Thank you. Juror in seat 2 on the first row from right to left. You had advised, based on the court's question, that you had observed something. You said, what does observed means? And instead of getting that out in front of every other juror, we just want to have that individual conversation with you now. So tell me what it is that you saw or heard or anything yesterday in the courtyard yesterday.
When we were walking back from lunch, and we saw that they were gathered, and I asked the deputy if he knew what was going on, and he said it was somebody Bain talking about domestic violence.
Okay. And you said we were walking. Who's we?
Another juror. I don't want to say her name.
Okay. All right. Is that a juror that was on our panel here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you recall where they may have been seated?
No, in the back over there.
Okay. All right. Do you recall what color her hair was?
Yes.
What,
You want me to tell you?
please.
Dark brown or black?
Is it the shorter juror? Okay. Thank you very much. State, any further questions?
Ratting out
And
shorter
after
juror.
you were told what was going on, then what happened?
I walked back in.
All right. Did you hear any of the speakers?
I couldn't hear anything. No.
Anything further from the defense?
There was a DV incident in the court of the courthouse yesterday when the jurors might have been there.
Ma'am, did that affect your ability to be fair and impartial? Thank you.
Can the parties approach for a moment?
Jamie would love this case because, well, she doesn't watch the show anymore, but she loves that love after lockup. In this case, we have love before.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and bring in the balance of the panel. You just hang out where you're at, okay?
Both of these attorneys, very pretty and very classically dressed. And let me be the first to see. I don't mind when ladies are showing, but I feel you exude strength and class way better.
Well, also,
like this.
you notice their faces first. Now,
Yes.
I know I am particularly biased on this because I have teenage daughters, so I'm like, can I go to the Amish section for their clothing? But I do think, compare, contrast, I look at their
Oh, an
faces
event.
first.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. It was an event.
Ah,
Well, it's because I get upset because I think too many people these days believe that you have to always look like you work the bars near the dock, no matter what profession you're in. And I think social media puts way too much emphasis on that because if I open my Instagram and scroll 2 things down from watching WrestleMania clips, I will see some tart showing me how to do pull downs, and the only thing I can see is her starfish.
We stand for you. You do not need to stand. We stand for you.
He's looking like a young Mr. Bean.
this judge is so happy. Like, we're going to get closings today, maybe. I will make this happen for you guys.
State, you recognize our jury.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, you recognize our jury. All right, y'all can be seated. Thank you. Again, members of the jury, if I can see those hands, you complied with the instructions during that really short break. The record reflect all hands have been raised. Thank you very much. Mr. J, you may proceed, sir.
Permission to publish from States 21, which was previously marked as P. For
No one getting included.
You may proceed, sir.
He testified he could be impartial.
Again, this is a DVD exhibit with 2 folders in the main directory. One entry is in a folder called attachments. Another is a PDF labeled extraction.
I think she has been
The
allowed
record
to
is
have it every night.
108 pages, and the entire document will go back to the jury, and there will be a laptop provided to them to utilize this exhibit. For purposes of publication, I'm going to go by page number and date unless something requires more specificity. And for to and from, I'm going to just use the name of the contact if one exists or the phone number if one doesn't. On page 1, creation time for notes, 7:49, asking Jorge or George not to be despicable to me, making more drink after he guzzled his and I shared mine. On page 2, date March 8th, 2018. You are now in a relationship with Jorge or George on Facebook. Metadata entry 100014, etc. for Jorge Torres to Sarah Boone, owner. Page 3, May 21st, 2019, from 407-716-8684 to Melissa. And he can still live here, correct? Or until I decide to finally get him out if he doesn't clean up his act after tomorrow. On page 9, May 30th, 2019, from a contact labeled as Mom, Jorge or George, to 407-716-8684, which I will just refer to as owner in future references. Where is my clippers in the gray box? From owner to Mom, Jorge, all capitals, dumpster, separate message, like you, separate message, so is your 2 shirts, separate message, no more Rick and Morty, a response from
Wait,
contact
she threw
Mom,
away a
Jorge,
Rick and Morty shirt?
to owner.
Guilty.
2.
2. Oh, super double guilty.
Okay. From owner to Mom, Jorge, Lucas cried when he saw the adventure fund was gone. Thank you. No wonder you're out. Fuck off. From owner, he's the one that broke it because you took it. From owner, wanted to go on an adventure. On to page 10, from owner, be proud, feel good. You made my, quote unquote, our son cry. Cheese stick, Lucas, your kids, get the fuck out of my life and my son's. No one, spinster, good, for nothing, dumpster diver, that's what you are, and the rest of you. Later on the same page, owner to Mom, Jorge, get all of you.
She was asked if she could still be impartial. She said yes. Dumpster time is so fun. Well, I used to put a lot of things in the dumpster when I was in bakeries. I don't like it because that was all food. And it wasn't every day that was emptied.
Mean, selfish, fuck all you. Your firstborn is a joke.
What are the timestamps? This one is 35. You Americans write it the wrong way around all the time. The 30th of May 2019 is this one. You can see I can embiggen it so you can see it better, but in a Cellbrite, you will have the timestamp, the date and the timestamp, sorry. 12:50:03 p.m. UTC +4. That's 10 to 1 p.m. And you can see the dates here, and she is sending them rapidly. Let's just say that. It's more
Yeah,
than one in a minute. But this is at midday.
Oh, so she's only slightly drunkish.
Yeah, 12:50 is 12:50 p.m. And I can't remember the PMs. Yeah, in at midday. But I'll embiggen it so you can look along on the timestamps.
Going on to page 11, same date of May 30th, 2019, from owner to mom Jorge, get the fuck out of my life. Lucas 2, bad influence. From Jorge to owner, I am, as you can see, go drink your life away. From owner to mom Jorge, your kids are.
These are all text from Sarah's phone. Sarah's phone is +14000168684, and the one she's sending to is mom Jorge. I don't know why she has him stored under mom.
So maybe it might have been purchased under his mom's name and she gave it to him.
No, this is Cellbrite. This is what you call your contacts. You have the cell phone number of your contact, and this is your name for a contact that'll show up in your phone. So she's
That's
listed
the
under
weirdest
mom.
daggone thing.
It says mom
okay.
brackets Jorge.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
2, yuck. Shucks, I only have 1. Beaters, your 3 together. Yuck. Going on to page 12, from owner to mom Jorge, still dated 5/30/2019. Gross, and all the time, gross. Mom Jorge to owner, I love that guy. I love that guy. You're the one who kicked me out. Owner to Jorge, mom, finally, get your shot together and check me out in 2 to 3 months. Hope you're there. Unless I find someone better. Shit, together. From mom Jorge to owner, are you serious? Are you serious? Owner to mom Jorge, that's what happens? No. Mom Jorge to owner, I'm helping out dad right now. Call you in a few. Owner to mom Jorge, can you help me put?
Oh, so maybe she updated it after Jorge got the mom's phone and then put brackets Jorge because it used to be mom. Could be. Thank you. And let's just count the ways. 107:13, 107:22, 107:58, 108:27, 108:31, 108:47, 108:51, 109:07, 109:42. She doesn't come off unhinged at all.
Out.
No, and 1 word per
Off.
text.
Yeah. If you do this to me, you will be banned.
Yeah, that's the most annoying thing.
No, she is not. She's messaging Jorge, who has his mom's phone. I think we have deduced that it's because it's Jorge's mom's old phone, and she just put in brackets Jorge after she had it listed as mom in her contacts, and then upgraded it with Jorge.
Jorge, mom to owner, how? No problem. From 267-216-5170 to owner, damn, you can only talk when you're drunk and talking shit. Owner to the previously mentioned 267 number, stop calling, texting my phone, he's not here anymore. And it's damn. 267 number to owner, NP, you didn't have to be a bitch about it. Owner to 267. Going on to page 13. Still May 30th, 2019. Yo, I like you all. He's a dick and the sheriff just left. Sorry I couldn't text back. I'll always respect you all. You know that. He's not here anymore. And yes, I am a bitch. So are you. 267 to owner. Look, I'm not here to be taking shots at you. I never called you a bitch. I said you were acting like one. I'm not going to be here going back.
Do you know texts are just scrollable lady, you're so stupid. Look, I'm
Oh, this
no.
woman.
Yo, I like y'all. He said, yeah, and the sheriff's just left. Sorry, I couldn't take back. I always respect y'all. Know that. He's not here anymore. That's at 6:28:18, 6:28:56. And yes, I'm a bit. So are you. Look, I'm not here to be taking shots at you. That's at 6:30:24. So less than 2 minutes later. I never called you a bitch. Yes, you did. Right here. Right here. You said, so are you.
Good God.
I said you were acting like one. No, you didn't. I'm not going to be here going back and forth on some childish. Have a good night. This is at 6:30 in the night.
Oh gosh.
Sorry I couldn't text back. I'll always respect you all. You know that. He's not here anymore. And yes, I am a bitch. So are you. 267 to owner. Look, I'm not here to be taking shots at you. I never called you a bitch. I said you were acting like one. I'm not going to be here going back and forth on some childish shit. Have a good night. Owner to the 267 number. Friends forever. Thank you. Would love to chat sometime. Call his parents, I guess. Further down on page 13, now on to May 31st, 2019, from owner to mom, Jorge. Tell Jorge to call me. I want my things he took. I have his birth certificate and propane certificate until then if he wants those back. And I have your quote-unquote art box. Mom, Jorge.
What's quote-unquote art box?
So I think Sarah was talking about maybe George had gotten this big like art kit from his mother for Christmas or maybe a birthday, and that's what they used to do their arts and crafts. So my guess is that if George was involved involved in art, that was probably a special gift to him. So she's holding that hostage.
Oh, yeah, because he liked to do art.
To owner, stop being petty. I did not take anything that wasn't mine, I swear. Owner to mom, Jorge. You're a liar. I never can believe you from all the other lies. You stop being petty and take shit like you always do. Another one bites the dust, Jorge. Hope you're miserable like you've made everyone else. Mom, Jorge to owner. I'm not lying. Owner to mom, Jorge. Lucas said he won't miss you either. When I get mine back, you'll get yours.
Remember yesterday
Keep
when
Lucas
he said,
out of it.
Lucas is beautiful. When Lucas gets here, I don't want there to be any silence. I just want it to pew, 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 pew. Go for a walk. So now she's using her kid as a weapon against him as well.
Yeah, it's again, don't bring your kids into things.
Oh,
Oh,
could be. That makes it even worse.
interesting. Yeah, this woman is
Yeah, this is
10
someone
pounds
else.
of crazy in a 2-pound sack.
I think this might be Jorge's mom's real number, but it's not stored in the phone. Mom is Jorge. But again, she's rattling these off in 20 seconds between them.
Mom, Jorge to owner. I didn't take it. I'm coming over in a few to get my stuff. And I'm coming with Jean and Melissa. Going on to page 14. Owner to mom, Jorge. Go for it. Bring mine, W. Mom, Jorge to owner. I don't have anything of yours. That's why I'm coming with them so they can vary that. Owner to mom, Jorge. I don't care. They're not going to babysit you because you're an asshole and got kicked out after being taken off the lease. Mom, Jorge to owner. They seen what I had in my hands. Owner to mom, Jorge. Still don't care or believe you. I'm going to get Lucas anyway, so don't waste their time or mine. Mom, Jorge to owner. Exactly. Owner to mom, Jorge. You were a visitor and a terrible resident. Boyfriend too. Just go away unless you bring my stuff. Mom, Jorge to owner. I don't have your shit, Sarah. I need my birth certificate. Owner to mom, Jorge. I don't give a shit either. I worked for that birth certificate, voter's registration, and your ID card. Just because your name is on them doesn't make them yours. Even paid for them.
Mo, is a birth certificate, a voter registration, and an ID card a personal information and a personal document in the US?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it go under who paid for it, or does it go under the name on it? Can I pay for your voter ID and then vote in your name?
No. And
That
this
would be a
is
federal
this
crime,
is
I think.
making sure that he can't go get a different job. He can't go get, another rental. He can't go do anything to move forward with his life unless he goes to get duplicates of all these things. Generally, that costs money. It takes time. But yes, those documents are his regardless of who paid for them. And
Yeah.
she didn't pay a hell of a lot. It maybe $20.
This is excluding financial control. BSS standard operation.
I needed you to be a man and take care of me, not beat me, call me names, and make me feel like I'm not a person. Not giving back until I have mine. Mom Jorge to owner, whatever, Sarah. Owner to Mom Jorge. Next step is restraining order. Know that. You can come over here 100 times. Doesn't mean I have to open the door. Good one, Jorge. Go away. Mom Jorge to owner, whatever. Owner to Mom Jorge. It's been a great day without you. Will be from now on. Mom
She
Jorge
really likes
to
It's a
owner.
Great Day and
You-
know that. And welcome to the Church of Mo MLS. Thank you for joining. We have dark chocolate, sarcasm, and, well, cookies sometimes when we're good for a cheat day. So welcome.
And it's a pain to get duplicates if you don't have a way to prove your identity. Yeah. It's almost like she runs his life.
Need to do. Owner to Mom Jorge. Enjoy living with your parents at 41 with no girlfriend and lonely. It was the inevitable, just like it has been before. Owner to Jorge. Mom, did you take Lucas's sunglasses? Mom Jorge to owner. OMFG. No, I did not. Turning to June 2nd, page 15, 1:10:57 a.m. from owner to Mom Jorge. Jorge, question mark, call me. If Jorge is with you, can you have him call me, please? Text to Mo.
And thank you, Lego Law and Libations, for also becoming a member. Dave, how do you keep up with yourself?
1:18, 16 seconds on June 2nd. Owner to Mom Jorge. I beat you to the punch. Want to do the dartboard with me? Come. Owner to Mo. I know you won't answer, Mo. Tell him to come finish the dartboard with me, please. Owner to Mo. I miss him. Owner to Mom Jorge. Ask Jorge to call me, please, when he gets a minute. June 2nd, 7:43:40 a.m. Can you have Jorge call me, please, when he gets a chance if he's with you? 7:45 a.m. Owner to Mo. Going on to page 16, June 2nd, 2019, 10:50 a.m., 55 seconds. Owner to Mo. Hello. Can you please have Jorge call me? Willing to give back. Don't know if he's there or at parents. Really want to see him. Owner to Mom Jorge at 10:52, 16 a.m. Not pursuing after 12 o'clock. Ever again. 12:19 p.m., 23 seconds. Owner to Mom Jorge. Please call. Come over. I'll come get you. Come over, please. I need a super hug. Hugs? Please. Need. You.
The honeymoon period has just entered the chat.
Yeah, the
I
love
miss you. I
bombing. I
need you.
need you. I love you. We can have fun. I don't mean to be, mean. Yeah, I signed
Yeah.
an NDA. They weren't supposed to put my name into this.
Well, Mo gets around. She
I
is famous for her super hugs.
Yeah, no. Sarah Boone asks me for a hug. I am running as fast as, my little skip hop can do.
Yeah, and this is when she then afterwards call the police on him to get him thrown out. And 2 days ago, 1 day ago, he was done. There was nothing, and he's gone. And I bet you super hug means something different.
6:23 p.m. Owner to Anna. He doesn't live here anymore. Call parents or Mo in response to an incoming phone call that was made at 6:10 p.m. 54 seconds from Anna to owner. Entries 9803, 9804 in the PDF timeline, June 2nd, 2019. Image 0092.heic, captured 6:33:01 p.m.
Yes.
Image 0093 HEIC, captured 6:33:26 p.m. Publishing from attachments. Image _0092, metadata showing 6/2/2019, 6:33 p.m. And image or IMG _0093, metadata, date taken 6/2/2019, 6:33 p.m.
What are we?
Super hug is bush rattling.
Ooh. I can take that a couple different ways, and as you can tell by the giggle, I took it like a 12-year-old boy.
I meant it La Lalas the tuna way.
Me too. Oh, this heifer.
(6:34 p.m. 51 seconds, June 2nd, 2019). Outgoing from owner to Mom Jorge.
This were the two pictures. They just
Look
showed
what
us.
you made me do. Because that's not a normal phraseology that, predators use. Look what you made me do. I don't control myself. You
Yeah.
did it.
I just ruined your birth certificate because you
And
won't
he will
give me super hugs.
he will have to get a new one because they will not accept a taped up version at the DMV. At least in Indiana, they won't.
Yeah, and anyone still believing men can't be victims?
All up to you now, big boy. And for the record, those images were sent to Mom Jorge at 6:34 p.m. 33 seconds. Look what you made me do. Or maybe your mom will for you. Response from Mom Jorge to owner. Wow, that's really childish. Owner to Mom Jorge, but effective. Mom Jorge to owner. Yeah, I see what you are doing. Did Lucas leave? Owner to Mom Jorge. I'm watching shadows. Be gone for good. Minus birth certificate. Mom Jorge to owner. Okay, cool. Enjoy. Owner to Mom Jorge. Am. Nice. You're not. And nice was from Mom Jorge to owner. Going on to page 17. This is still June 2nd, 2019. Mom Jorge to owner. Yes, I am. You are not, though. Owner to Mom Jorge. To who? Your mom? Brothers? Not me. Mom Jorge to owner. To everyone. Owner to Mom Jorge, but me. Mom Jorge to owner. I love you. Owner to Mom Jorge. I'm going out at 8. Get dressed. I've given you since noon. Peace out, Boy Scout. Mom Jorge to owner. I'm coming over with a handle. I was helping Pop all day cut grass. Owner to Mom Jorge. Yay you. Getting in the shower then out. Bye-bye. Mom Jorge to owner.
Excuse me, can we approach the bench?
Yes.
Well, she seems like a peach. I mean, he didn't talk to her. She broke up his birth certificate. Normal behavior.
Yeah, and coming over with a handle is probably something that they did a lot Remember, they had to switch to Chardonnay because vodka got too expensive. Again, anyone who frequents establishments who sell by the handle, how much is the cheapest vodka you can drink? They only got Chardonnay because she didn't want to slum it and drink a handle, I bet you.
Already showered and dressed. Mom Jorge to owner. Hello? Text from Anna to owner. You're rude as hell, but okay. Owner to Anna. Your dad is a POS, but okay. At least you know and will stop calling. Owner to Anna. Futile.
So now she is doing the I'm also gonna make your kids hate you thing.
Oh, beautiful.
Anna to owner. CTFU as you are a piece of shit, but that's God's business, not mine. Have a good day, Coke whore. Since you like to switch it up, I'll do the same. Don't text me back either, fake ass.
Well, if you go for more of the what do you call it? More you need it to work more than you like to drink it, which is what alcoholics do. A handle of vodka, if it's $10 and a Chardonnay is $10, you would get far more mileage out of $10 of vodka.
I would think so.
It's 4 times as strong.
Yeah.
Page 20 of 108, June 9th, 2019, from owner to Philip. He's off the lease. The process has begun. Page 22, June 11th, 2019. Metadata only shows to Mom Jorge. You tell your son he's not welcome here, taken off the lease and bound.
That's Jorge's daughter.
Worthless. Don't show his ugly fucked up face around here again. Police will be called. Ask him if it was worth it and ride my bike he has. Stay Hispanic. That's what you all are. And he can watch all the porn he wants from the phone Mom gave him.
Stay Hispanic? Okay. That's like telling me someone like me stay pale. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. What a hateful tea waffle.
Page 26, June 14th, 2019, 11:38:56 p.m. To Mom Jorge. Wow. Congrats. Blackouts and whoring. We wanted to see him. Hot house. 7 people. Mission to work on my bike. Repeat. Candy Crush. Fuck himself. Shit job. Repeat.
I think I need an Enigma machine to decipher that one.
What in the name of all that is holy?
Yeah. What's a propane permit? Probably that you are allowed to refill propane gas tanks.
And he probably had that from Ace, and it's part of his work. So she is absolutely hindering his ability to get away from her.
No, dear Dad, we are just getting the behind-the-scenes look of how she communicated with his family.
Same page, June 15th, 2019, 7:37 p.m., 48 seconds. To Melissa, just an FYI, if my place gets effed up, I'm letting you know. He's in jail. Thanks for the prompts. I'm at my ex's house. Please don't let this reflect on me as a tenant. You said to call cops. I did. He's gone. We're both proud now. I consider you my friend. Melissa, why was he in your apartment?
Oh. Let me see if I can. Can we see this?
Oh dear God, she just wrote a damn memo.
Can I get this clear? Guys in the chat, you know what this is. None of you put X video into your search bar. But you guys, you know what X videos are. I just saw it said X videos.
Did she send him
there was
corn?
Sarah there. I don't. I need to see if it says what he was looking at. Craigslist, pets, kittens, candy cats, Sarah Boone search, Jorge Torres search, mob for sale, PS4, X videos. Who's Christine at Facebook? Going to meet up, calling her beautiful, said she thought you were avoiding her, went down here.
Oh,
I
did
don't know
he say
if, but
wasn't beautiful?
Facebook Crystal going to woo her, sweep her off. We're going to read this in a bit, but X video, I don't know if. This could be Filthy Family.
Someone got stuck in a washing machine.
None of you guys look at X-Vids and Filthy Family. I, of course, never do that.
Yeah, no.
That one is with the girl who used to date Charlie Sheen. Petite Ebony Bambino. Hillary Clinton. I Dream of Jeannie. Filthy Family.
Page 38, notes. Creation time, June 26, 2019, 5:56:57 a.m. 6:14, X videos, 10:03 a.m. Sarah Banks, 5:3 Bank, 6:13. Metro activation, 6:12. Skipping down. X videos, 6:2, 6:13 p.m. X videos, 6:1. X videos, 5:31, 9:56 a. Who's Christine? Friend FB. Going to meet up? Question. Calling her beautiful? Question. Said she thought you were avoiding her when down here. Said no, I was not beautiful. FB-nonchalant Quay. Thanks for adding me. You are exquisite. Facebook messaging Camille, 6:13, 9:42. Facebook or FB Pamela Erickson sending pictures of yourself, telling her good morning, 7:14, 12:13 a.m. FB-Crystal, going to woo her, sweep her off her feet, going to change her mind. Luck is my middle name. Sent her pics, kiss emojis, called her beautiful after returning to the convo. Said you had to pick up your brother, sent pics of beer. Sent her struts, could have been me. Sent her songs, but not me. Messaged bunny kiss emojis, convo. Sent puppy kiss emoji. Would love to take her out and see a movie. Told her about what we do in the shadows. Would love to watch Creed 2 with her. Want to snuggle with her and eat popcorn. Sent heart-hugging animal emoji. Want to play a board game with her. Asked to FaceTime call her. Called her amazing. Messaging at 7:30 a, 6:14, 6:15, 2 days. FB-Crystal liking all her posts. Quote, losing someone who doesn't respect or appreciate you is actually a gain, not a loss. Can't compare me to the next girl because there is no competition. I'm one of a kind and that's real.
Ew.
Continuing on to page 39, same note.
Oh dear.
I found
God.
everything on your phone, all your messenger texts, telling Christine you want to meet up with her when she's here, calling her beautiful, thanking nonchalant Quay for adding you and calling her exquisite, telling Pamela Erickson good morning and sending pictures at 12:38 a.m., messaging Camille, then the whole 2-day convo with Crystal, how dare you, and send pictures wearing my wedding ring, You are a cheating, lying scumbag. I will never trust you. Why don't you put your mugshot up, or I will, since I have your phone, and log in and tell everyone why you were in jail for the 3rd time. Let them know you beat your wife and she put you there because she couldn't take it anymore. I want nothing to do with you ever again. I've become a different person since you've been gone, with less stress, anxiety, and worry. I feel safe, comfortable, happier with you not here or seeing you at all. I can say through, I do have heartbreak after going through your phone. Thank you for always proving me right. I knew when you told me your mom gave you one that you'd be back to your slimy ways. You will never change. I hope it was all worth it, all of it, including losing my debit card for the 3rd time to buy beer and cigarettes, which put you back where you belong. I know for a fact you were not worth any of it. I just can't believe after everything I've done for you, including all I did to get you out of jail, and you do this to me. This is cheating. Goes on to page 40, goes on to page 41, and ends with never truly yours. Page 42, June 26th, 2019, 8:06 p.m., 16 seconds. Outgoing from owner to Mo. Just wanted to let you know to tell Jorge I found all his messages, kissy face heart emojis with Crystal and other bitches on FB, along with all his porn after he swore to me he wasn't doing any of that anymore. I'm not doing anything more for him, and he will try and keep him in jail as long as I can. Cheating snake weasel. Ask him all about it or have your parents the next time they talk to him. I'm not anymore. So hurtful after all I've done for him. He can rot in there for all I care. Going on to page 43. To Mo from owner, and I will be there for the hearing next week and his arraignment on both charges. Peace out, fucks, aka Torres.
Oh, we have a dissertation.
No, he should have read this one. Read this part.
Here's my note to him when he does get out. Thank to me. Exclamation point. Sorry.
Again, I am the reason he has a life. I am the sun his world evolves around on. Peace out, Fox. AK.
She had Blitz.
Didn't she say that she respected his family?
Yeah, I thought they were always mean to her.
Yeah.
Same page 43, from owner to Mo, 6/26/2019, 9:59:14 p.m. Begins, hi, I was thinking if you could get out, I'd really love it if you take me to a movie, or we could snuggle like we do and watch Creed 2, get some popcorn and pretzels, maybe talk about what kind of other movies we like, or find a fun board game to play together. I know your favorite is Avalon. What do you think? I was also thinking the other day about how much I miss you sending me pictures of yourself throughout the day, sending me songs you wanted to hear or thought I'd like. But what I really miss are the kissy love emojis you would send, just because I really miss those, especially the ones with hearts. They'd always make me smile. I knew you were thinking about me. You do Crystal, though. Even asked her to FaceTime. What would you do if you found me having this conversation?
And honeymoon period is over.
Yeah.
No, it's Brian Boone who pays for the phone. That's why it's on her Apple Cloud.
Go with Ben or John or anyone other than you. I'd be beaten to a bloody pulp and don't do any of these things anymore, but yet you wear your wedding ring and mine around your neck and tell me how much you love me. But you're telling this woman who looks like TPT you want to snuggle with, take out to a movie, play board games with, questions, sending music, cutesy, kissy love emojis to like you used to me, telling her you want to woo her, sweep her off her feet. How do you think that makes me feel? Why don't you say that to me? Going on through the rest of page 43, page 44, including on page 44.
Marissa, go back to the interview. She wanted Jorge's wedding ring back because she bought it for him. This is to Jorge, but it's because it's sent through Apple. And we heard this the first day that it's because Brian Boone pays for her Apple or set it up, or it's his phone or something.
Or dirty cheat, enjoy your porn and jerking yourself off secretly so your parents don't see you and your ugly new girlfriends. I can't wait to finally be with a real man, Ben, who will and has taken care of me. Can't wait to see what he's like in bed. I already know he kisses. Hope it was all worth it. I'm free. As you told Crystal in your messenger text, you're single with a little cutesy dancing dinosaur. Wow, now you really are. You're despicable. Next text is XOXO from Mo to owner.
I'm just that whoever Ben was, he just dodged a hurricane in a suitcase.
Page 50.
What the F? She's writing someone still cutting? You're alive? Just know I can do so much more damage than all of you put together. Know that. So she's threatening his family and asking if the daughter is cutting, or I don't know
think this
who.
was maybe alluded to in a hearing. One of the daughters was maybe a hairstylist, and I think they were cutting hair, and Sarah's doing her rapid fire, like, bullet spray kind of text, and they're like, I'm at work. I think that was alluded to in one of the hearings.
Okay, I was just still cutting. Sounds like
Maybe
yeah,
self,
yeah.
but no, I think this is hair, but I could be wrong.
6/28/2019, 10:55:47 p.m. from owner to Mo. Just know I can do so much more damage than all of you put together. Know that. Going on to page 51. Try me. Page 72, July 20th, 2019, 11:34 p.m. From Janice to owner. No metadata, but from Janice. Sorry it's so late. I just read your text. He seemed fine when I saw him at your apartment this morning. He answered the door right away, but was quite bummed out that he overslept. But I was okay and told him, no problem, just get ready and come to work in about half an hour. Then I texted your phone and asked if he would rather work the afternoon shift and get some sleep, but he never answered, so I have no idea where he is or what he's doing. What happened last night, he had a black eye. He said it was new because I asked him and I told him to put makeup on it. He said he had that taken care of. Did you two get in it again? He acted like when I told him he had a black guy, at first he didn't know what I was talking about. I guess he kind of blacked out. You can call me back if you want. 11:30 p.m., 38 seconds. From owner to mom, Jorge. Janice just called me looking for Jorge and she's pissed. Congrats.
I think that's the girl from Ace.
Page 82, 8/21, August 21st, 2019. From Jorge to owner. I love you, my friend, my love, my queen, my everything.
What is not in these
Now
texts?
that concludes everything I'm going to publish to the jury on this exhibit.
What do we not see in these texts? Him going back at her. Him saying, where are you? Come back. Don't stay out. I'm going to destroy the house if you're not here in 5 minutes. The clear sign of controlling BSS behavior.
Judge, will we approach this?
Yes.
No, the only thing is when she rips up his birth certificate, he said real mature or something like that. No, and again, as we said yesterday, you don't deserve to be with a person like this. You deserve better. If you have this in your life, please, you are strong enough. There are people out there
Yeah.
who can help you. Yeah, if all these texts were there, defense would have brought it up during their statement. Say, is this how Jorge would text you all the time? That you felt like you were shackled to the house? What did she say? I want a man to take care of me, belittling him. You're ugly. Your
Yeah.
face looks like that. You're hitting up a girl who looks like PGP. I don't know who PGP is, but
Oh,
oh,
the brother is. This is so incredibly hard, and I'm so glad that they're all there together. I
yeah.
know it's.
That brother who beat his brother because of what he did to Sarah now saw what happened, because one of the big problems with people in abusive relationship is they don't tell the truth. Even if they are treated like this on a daily basis, they will lie and say, well, I love her. She's sweet. Oh, we had such a good time. What happened? I walked into a wall.
And I'm just realizing after we had that entire conversation about modesty, this shirt is too big now. I need a camisole under it because it does kind of just. The V-neck was supposed to be a V-neck, and now it's more of a.
Wow,
Just
Nick.
a lot more. Yeah.
It's oh my God, these last 2 days has been great for the state. They were, I gave them a 7 on opening. The cross-examination, I thought, they could have been going harder, but Mo said, well, you can't do that on a DV victim. And now, oh my God, they came back.
Well, yeah,
Serene.
and they knew
That's
they
what
had all of this. They knew they had all of this. So
Members of the jury, thank you for your patience. I just have a short instruction to read to you. Members of the jury, the state showed you portions of what was entered into as State's Exhibit 21. It is not the entirety of State's Exhibit 21. The entirety of State's Exhibit 1 will go back to you into the deliberation room with a laptop for you to review all the exhibits and text messages and the total conversations over and above what was highlighted by the state. With that, State, do you have any other witnesses, evidence, or testimony to provide?
Your Honor, at this time, the state rests its rebuttal case.
Okay. Anything further from the defense?
Ralphie.
You want to approach?
I just think we have some issues outside the presence of the jury that we need to address.
Okay.
I have one thought, though, that requires a quick vote.
Come on up.
This has been way better than I thought. Yeah, and the jury will get all the evidence. They can sit and look through it. And I don't know about you, but when we get these cell-brite extractions, I can't help it but read what's above and below when they say, and you go to pin 24 and read, hey, brother, can I buy 2 grams? And I sit and read, oh, I really took her hard last night. Oh, that was amazing. And oh, my. Especially men. Especially men, yeah. We will tend to hide it, especially to the family, because we don't want to seem weak. It's and I think one of those things that we've heard a lot about the last 10 years, men should cry more, men should be more emotional. And whenever they then ask all of these feminists what makes them drier than the Sahara, is a man who cries.
Yeah, there are archetypes for a reason. I mean, as a connoisseur of the Smexy Kindle books, they don't have a man weeping on there. They generally are shirtless.
Yeah, and not dad butt shirtless. Dad butts are in. Yeah, I have
Actually,
a big
there
dad.
is a genre for dad bods now, and Yetis,
Well,
and the Loch Ness Monster.
Well, I could go as the Yeti, but
I
got
send them
enough
to
briefly.
Mr. Mo and he's like, yeah, I need to actually, that reminds me, I need to clear out my entire phone because I send Mr. Mo the craziest ones I find. And he's like, what the hell is this?
All right, members of the jury, we're going to go ahead and excuse you for a couple minutes. I got some things I have to discuss with counsel outside of your presence. We'll bring you back in for additional instructions on where we think we're going to go after that. Similar instruction that I've given you over the last couple of days. Please do not conduct any independent research or investigation with regards to the persons, places, things, or charge involved in this case. And do not have any discussion.
Yes, this was his family members.
As promptly as possible. Thank you.
No, I think the average height on men is in America is like 5'7". So 8 inches, that's small. That's Thumbelina size. And as Stack always say, this is fiction.
Y'all can be seated. Thank you. The state has rested. Mr. Owens, do you have any intention on putting on a SIR rebuttal in this case, sir? Yes, sir.
Who can you bring on to serve rebut that we just saw the last 2 days?
Oh, please get Sarah back on the stand or bring Brian Boone and try to make it look like him not paying alimony is terrible.
We did not intend to put on a SIR rebuttal for the defense.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Boone, I've got a couple of questions to go over with you, ma'am. You were previously sworn this morning. You've had the opportunity to review and participate in the trial. You've had the opportunity to review the rebuttal case as provided by the state.
Yeah, I have a lot of problems with the state. Can we please do that over?
You've had the opportunity to review and listen to that evidence and witness any cross-examinations as it relates to the state's witnesses in their rebuttal case. Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation of you in this matter?
Definitely.
And are you still on board with the strategy that has been utilized in your defense?
Yes.
Now, your lawyers yesterday told the court that they may want to put on a SIR rebuttal, which would be a limited rebuttal to the evidence presented by the state in their rebuttal, both yesterday and today. Your lawyers have indicated that they do not intend on doing that. Similar to other conversations we've had, ma'am, I don't want to know specifics. I just want to know if you and your lawyers have had these conversations. Have you had a conversation with your attorneys about putting on a SIR rebuttal or a reply in response to the state's rebuttal?
Yes.
You had that conversation?
Yes.
Are you on board with the strategy employed by your lawyers that they are not seeking to put on a SIR rebuttal in this case?
I am.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else that we need to address? State.
No, sir. Judge, you remember you were going to say?
Yes, thank you, sir. Ms. Boone, at the conclusion of the state's presentation of State's Exhibit 21, Mr. Owens had approached and advised the court of some objections, specifically with regard to the co-ownership or co-usage of the phone. The court is not permitted to comment on the evidence, and your lawyer was seeking an instruction from the court to advise our jury that both you and Mr. Torres had access to that cell phone. I'm prohibited from commenting on the evidence. Now, that doesn't prevent your lawyer or the state from speaking about that in their closing arguments. Just as a matter of law, I am not able to advise the jury as to what that evidence is. The second request pertained to the state moving from place to place through those 108 pages, moving from timestamp to timestamp. The state chose to present that evidence in that manner, which is why I gave that instruction to the jury that not the entirety of Exhibit 21 was provided to them as to what the state produced, and they'll have to have the opportunity to review that in its entirety when they go to deliberate. Do you have any questions about that so far?
So far, no.
Okay. The last portion, ma'am, pertained to the cadence or tone in which you and Mr. Torres communicated with each other. I have no knowledge as to how you and Mr. Torres communicated in text form as to what the tone was behind those words. Your lawyer advised me that there was an objection and you had some concerns as to the way Mr. J may have read those text messages to the jury. I found that the way that he read them was benign, in a flat tone, and did not exacerbate or excite any of the language that was in there. He'd read them in as a monotone way as possible in presenting to the jury, and I didn't notice any changes in his cadence or heightening or lowering in the volume or tense or tone utilized in presenting that information to the jury. Do you have any other questions for me, ma'am?
No.
Anything else we need to address, Mr. Owens?
No, sir.
Anything else we need to address, State?
No, sir.
Okay. How would we like to proceed with the charging conference? Do we want to bring back on our jury? It is 10:33 and advise them this is when we think you want to come back because we're going to be addressing the law to provide to you, and that's something I need to do outside of your presence. How do we want to proceed at this time?
I think, hopefully, that 10:33 to about noon should do it for 3.6F. It is convoluted, but I think the parties have narrowed it down to really just a couple of things.
Okay.
So I would suggest saying something along the lines of, we have to finish up getting the jury instructions ready for you. That's something that we have to do now after the evidence is concluded, and we'll see at 1.
I say 1:30, Judge, in the abundance of caution, because, Mr. Henderson, I know this is gonna be an issue. And it's gonna take a little bit of time, and then we wanna go to lunch and give them a chance, because there's gonna be a 3-hour speech session. I don't know if you'd give them a break in between prosecutor's statement, my statement, or how you do
We
that.
may, depending on just
3
the time of
hours?
it.
Why?
But from 1:30,
Oh, dear
that's
God.
gonna go to 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. So just before 5, I think that's plenty of time in case he goes a little bit longer, I go a little bit.
And I still have to read the jury instructions as well. So I mean, with 34 pages, and I read quickly, as Madam Court Reporter will advise me.
Are they gonna have
yes.
you reading along with you?
Yes, so once we make all these changes, every member in the box will have a paper copy. You, Mr. Owens, and your team, along with Ms. Boone, will have a copy.
Narcissism is a hell of a drug. I'm slightly high. Well, Zach, you're not a narcissist. You just like yourself.
The state will have a copy, Madam Court Reporter will have a copy, and I will. And I will read line by line all the way up into the 2.7 instruction. At that point in time, I will stop. I will advise our jury that we're going to begin with closings. State will go, you will go, state will have an opportunity for rebuttal, and then I'll finish with the verdict and final instructions. Discharge our alternates at that time. I'll go back and thank them, give them their jury certificate forms, and then we'll release the jury. I'll have a final colloquy with your client, and then we'll review all the evidence to send back with the exception of the baseball bat.
And perhaps in case they haven't inferred, let them know that they're getting the case tonight, so make plans to stay later.
Yes.
How late are you gonna keep them?
9 o'clock is the norm. I may, because it's the weekend and it's Friday, I may seek special dispensation from the chief to stay longer. I plan on communicating with the chief during the lunch hour
So no
as to that
sleep
issue.
before I have to go on the express.
If she'll let me. I don't know if it's in her discretion. I know I have to seek approval after 7. I'm not worried about that. I know, and I would prefer them to work late into the evening if they're on board with doing that, rather than coming back Monday. Okay, all right. If you all would be so kind to give me a moment so I can go back up to chambers, get with Ms. Barrios, and I'll give paper copies of everything from the revisions that we made this morning. Let's go ahead and bring back in our jury. And I agree with Mr. Owens. I'd rather us waiting on them than them waiting on us. So I think 1:30 is the way to fly. Let's go ahead and bring back in our jury.
Thank you, Zach, for the super chat. I'm not a narcissist. I'm just better than you. Okay, Anna Kasparian.
Oh, what happened to her? She turned right at the intersection. Wasn't she on the Young Turks?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she used to be very left wing, and now she's a Trump or something.
I don't keep up with the Young Turks, so I don't know. But I do know who she
I
is.
saw it.
State, do you recognize our jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you recognize our jury?
Yes, I do.
Right, thank you. Y'all can be seated. Members of the jury number 2 in the back, he's ready. He gets it. Can you raise those hands one more time for me? Our record reflect hands have been raised as compliance with regard to the court's instructions. Members of the jury, all the evidence and testimony sought to be provided by the state and the defense have been provided to us over the last week. At this point in time, the state and the defense and I need to discuss the law to be given to you in instructions. That's going to take a little bit of time. So we're going to go ahead and excuse you at this point in time for a longer lunch break than what you've had previously. And we're going to ask you to come back.
As always, when both sides have rested, I have put the poll up. What do you think? And there is no hung option, because if you are hung, which Zach isn't, you will vote not guilty.
Here at 1:30. At that point in time, the court will begin to instruct you on the law that you are to apply in this case. Then the parties will be.
It's because the court is running in the background. That's why my mic sounds low. It's StreamYard trying to auto balance.
Begin with their closing arguments. The state will go first, then the defense.
If they keep going at this rate, they should be starting 4:34, 4:45 to deliberate.
Then the state will have the opportunity to rebut any of the defense's arguments. After hearing the closing arguments, the court will provide you final instructions before releasing you to deliberate in this matter. We may work past 9 o'clock tonight. We may go late into the evening. So if there are any plans or things that you need to reach out to, as we discussed last.
The judge thinks it's a slam dunk case too. He doesn't believe the jury needs a Monday. We saw this in the home remodel TV show Killing case, where I think it was 8 o'clock and I said, F it, I can't do it anymore because that's midnight my time. Closed down, and they came back at Jamie was calling me at maybe a little before 9 or 10. I didn't get out of bed to see it. We saw it in the Benefield trial. That was at 8 o'clock in the evening. Florida goes late. They normally do it, especially on the weekends.
Yeah, so I think that this is incredibly bad for the defense because these jurors are not going to want to come back Monday to deal with this. I would want to, be done and do everything and have a weekend to clear my palate because this was a rough case.
Yeah, but then you go home and you start to look at stuff, and that's what he wants out there too. But let's see how it goes.
This week during jury selection that we could work till late as 9.
Oh, I don't know what I did.
And we may work later than that this evening. If there's anyone that has any concerns as to working that late, please raise your hands at this time. Court sees no hands. I would also ask of you, if you could, please reach out to any family members or friends to, one, advise them that you're on the jury and will be deliberating this evening. And if there's any accommodations or issues with minor children or family that need to be taken care of, I would ask you that you take care of that during our lunch break.
And the emergency phone numbers, since they won't phone through.
Yes, we will provide you, the court deputy will provide you the emergency phone number when we get back from lunch, so you can provide that during a break that we'll have this afternoon to any friends or family or loved ones if they need to get in contact with you. I'll give you a similar instruction that I've given you over the last couple of days. I know you're probably tired of it, but I got to give it to you one more time. Jurors, you must not conduct any investigation on your own. This includes reading newspapers, watching television, or using a computer, cell phone, the internet, any electronic device, or any other means at all to get information related to this case or the people and places involved in this case. This applies whether you are in the courthouse, at home, or anywhere else. You must not visit places mentioned in the trial or use the internet to look at maps or pictures to see.
I think in Florida they
jurors do not watch local news or read local newspapers.
they will have
Jurors
sentencing
must not have
later.
discussions of any sort with friends, family members, or even your fellow jurors about the case or the people and places involved. So do not let anyone make comments to you or ask questions about the trial. I want to stress
Well,
again.
normally
that
I'll
justice, you must not
ask
talk about
about
this case
the
face-to-face.
verdict
You
watch
must not talk about
time
this case by using
after
an electronic
closing
device. You
arguments.
must not communicate. You must not use phones,
But
computers, or
if they're
electronic devices
gone
to
by
communicate. Do not
4:30,
send or accept any messages
4:45,
related to this
starts
case or your jury
deliberating at
service. Do
5,
not discuss this case or ask for advice by any means at all, including posting
why
information
shouldn't
on
they
the
be
internet
able to get to a verdict in this
That
case
members of the jury, thank you for your
before
attentiveness, service, and
9
sacrifice.
o'clock?
130. Juror number 2 in the back. Yes, sir. Answer. We will have you that answer when we come back. Madam Clerk's going to figure that out for you. All right, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Could you do that, Officer Jones? So, I've been advised by, rather than double speak, could you just tell me what we say for the record? What it was?
Garage, they can come back and get newsstand cards and everything.
So they can leave this point during lunchtime.
And I'll approve that. So, state, anything else we got to discuss other than the jury instructions? Defense. Okay, court's going to run upstairs, put the finishing touches on what we agreed to this morning. I'll bring back paper copies for everyone, and then we can continue the charging conference. At that time, court's going to be in a short recess. We'll be back as promptly as possible. Thank you.
Well, the case isn't complicated. It doesn't need to take forever to, and most cases get actually verdicts, I would say, within the 2 to 4 hour mark. And this isn't a complicated case when you look at it. Mo.
No. Yes.
A little housekeeping. I am
Okey
never a
doke.
fan of watching jury deliberations because to me they are boring as F. It's just picking at scabs to try and get some word in that no one ever reads, and a lot of pontificating from the lawyers. That's a word I don't know what means, but I heard it somewhere. It seems like we will be going rather late today.
Yeah.
It seems like it'll be at least be way after midnight before it ends. If we get a verdict today, or if we have to sit here. So I think I will rather spend my time taking 1 hour nap.
Yes.
So I have a little more energy than I would sit here and yell at Owens for not understanding what the judge is feeling. I know everyone wants to hang out and see all the exciting stuff, but you can go to our friends over on live trial TV or some of the other creators. And then Mo and I can gather our energy, gather our strength, center
Yes.
ourselves, do our
I
yoga.
need to go buy some Woodbridge Chardonnay.
Yes.
It's a must for this trial. I have a secret mission, and that's what it is.
Totally not Russian. I have a extra wide double bed. I have a twin duvet, so you're just that it'll only take you like 8 hours to drive here. And of course, we will be showing closing arguments. Closing argument stream is
Yes.
set up. You're
Yes.
going to get redirected to closing argument streams when we end this show. It's just I can't do those 1 a.m., 2 a.m. streams without getting a little bit of rest because it's late in Denmark. And I'm an old man, 27 years. No, I am from Denmark, the only sexual arousing country in the world. Ja is on the Chardonnay train. No. Everyone, calmale. We just ended rebuttal. No sir rebuttal has been put on. Now they're going to argue over minute words in the jury instructions. Some really find it interesting. I always find it tedious because we're going to hear him read 34 pages of jury instructions. Here, that's normally when I start looking for things on Marketplace. And then we will have Verdict Watch. Verdict Watch will today be, at least in part, where we read Sarah Boone's writings in her divorce case.
Yes, we will do dramatic readings.
Someone keeps, oh, it's the expert. Now I got out of everything's fine. Everything is just like normal. It's just that it's going to be so late and we ended morning early. I'm going to take a nap. Mo and I, of course, will be back for the mediocrest of coverage, as you know, and trust on these two channels. How much will I pay you for advanced English language course? You speak English fine. I won't pay you to take those classes. You don't need it. Don't sell yourself short. Judge said he doesn't want to bring the jury back Monday. Yeah, if you don't have to.
No.
Well, it probably won't be the dramatic readings. We're not that kind of channel. But well, talking about
We'll
alternate
try.
juror. Alternate juror will join Mo and I tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, where she will
Yes.
show you all. We will have a new segment. Alternative interpretation by alternative juror. She will dance Sarah Boone's testimony. It'll be wonderful. She's been working on it the entire week. She hasn't been streaming. She promised me, if I can be on Saturday, this Saturday, 9 a.m., can I please get a segment called Alternate Interpretation by Alternate Juror? And I said, it's a very long text, but I'll do it for you. So she will be dancing Sarah Boone's testimony tomorrow. And I'm just saying a lot of BFs.
Go get a nap so we can survive as it gets to 9 o'clock and they still haven't had a verdict yet.
Both sides have closed. You would vote 96% guilty, 3% not guilty, 112 votes.
And I had 27 votes. Guilty, you filmed it, lady, for 92%, and not guilty, know that, for 7%.
So we are the new Law and Crime. What time are we coming back? Of course, we will be back at a little before 1:30. That's when the jury will return. I have set the streams up to begin at 1:20. So everyone has time to go look at Court TV. They had an interview with the family. I won't be playing that. I still have that Sinclair stupid strike against my channel, so I am a little fussy about what I bring up. And this afternoon, it'll be Baker, Mo, reading our divorce papers while we're doing verdict watch. After that, no, while we're having closing arguments, we will have bingo, bingo, bingo.
Ooh.
Jemima have made, she knows, she'll tell you all about the links. The gift will be some scrapyard, Yankee bar, a gold bar with crunch, a pepper with chocolate, Jamie's favorite, spunk, some French nougat, a mini moo, a marzipan bread,
Ooh.
and in honor of Aiden Kearney, a skildpaddebar. And to the
Very
one
cool.
who friendly advice told me that they didn't want my address or me to have their address because I'm a creepy guy. There's no forced participation to be playing bingo. If more than one person gets the bingo at the same time, confirmed by Jemima, we will spin the wheel of luck. I will have to have your
Awesome.
address, your name, last name. I can't remember it the second I send it. That's my big problem. I don't know who received the gifts already. Of course, I won't share it with anyone. And I hope when you get the package with my real name and my real address, you don't share it too widely either, because we do this on a gentleman agreement. But I will ship this candy to you so you can have a little bit of candy if you win the closing bingo, ingo, ingo. So that will be part of all of it. So when we're back at 1:20, Jemima will have the links up to where you get your bingo cards. The free word today will probably be Alkylex, as it always is. Max is 3%. Yeah, he's 7% in most channels. When is court coming back? They're not back yet. They're just doing jury instructions, and you know me, I hate jury instructions. So we'll be back at 1:20, so we can do the bingo, ingo, ingo. Instructions,
Yes.
all of you can get ready. Get your favorite beverages. I will have my Gatorade, and Brandon will probably have to do the chocolate when closing is done, because before Friday turns into Saturday my time, because it's a Friday deal. It's not an everyday deal. But I have blabbered on for a very, very long time now just to fill time. My name is really Hans. I'm winning. If I get vindicted again, I'm rioting. What can't be in there?
I think vindictive.
1:30, Iris. We are back at 1:20. If I have to dance tomorrow, I'll have to start drinking early. Your mom isn't watching. You do you. But everyone, go take a nap. It's going to be a long day. Our
Yes.
voice is going to be sore tomorrow. But when this show ends tonight, then we can skip you all over to Friday Night Live, Halloween Spectacular, where I will also be a part of it with my very appropriate costume, because my very inappropriate costume was me in a suitcase. But I couldn't build it out of cardboard. Mo, have you set up a redirect for your later stream?
Yes, I have. So
Good.
thank you. I am on top of it today.
You are firing on at least half the cylinders. That's great.
You know, it is a banner day. I was like 4 out of 6 cylinders. I'm quite proud of myself.
Yeah, we can't be V8s because they're banned in Europe. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this morning. Please join us again this afternoon. You won't get this level of talkativeness on other channels. You would get better information, more understanding of the law, but we're funnier. See you later.
Yeah.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.